It's over, it's done, guys. Black Clover, I don't give a fuck. Just the hype is shit right now. This is what I want to see. And also as well, not to mention, it got the front cover of Shonen Jump. That's right, my Black Clover fans. Like, that is exactly what's happening right now. And I'm so happy. Like that. And honestly, it's like, you know what? It's mainly like as well, thanks to the Japanese people loving it as well. But it's also as well, thanks to you guys as well. Since you guys are continuing giving that support and you keep pushing it as well to get those sales and get that stuff out. Like, I can't wait for those next volumes. They're definitely pushing Black Clover and I'm loving it. And just that color spread that we got, the little color page, and as well the front cover, every single one looking badass as fuck. Now we got all that little hype stuff out of the way, let's begin the review. And we're going to start this week with, actually, Panda didn't notice that and you guys did, and I really appreciate that, because when I saw the comment section and I actually reread the chapter, and this was like the third time I reread the chapter, oh shit, as you guys told me, it was like that the girl that we actually saw from the third eye is Fana. That's actually the girl that was actually in Mars's flashback, the one that betrayed her, that was actually his friend and that had the fire magic and kind of like stitched his grimoire up together with. So I was like, oh shit, like what could actually happen to her? Like, I'm really curious about that, because if I remember correctly, wasn't like Mars and Fana from like a different country altogether? So I'm kind of curious, like, why did she ally exactly with, like, you know, the Eye on the Midnight Sun? I'm kind of curious with, like, since their whole thing is kind of like taking back from like the Clover Kingdom. And she definitely has a huge affection for Lee. We even saw it in this chapter and in that chapter as well. She definitely really cares for Lee. So I'm wondering what's going to happen to that. And that kind of shows as well that what Yuki Tabata wants to do is definitely bring back Mars. Whether or not he'll be some kind of like Gare, like he was an antagonist and then he comes back to be maybe a kind of the good guy, an anti-hero. Who knows? But that definitely shows that there's still some connections that we need to see between Mars and Fana. With that, I apologize. You guys rock though for pointing that out. Honestly, that was great. I honestly didn't see that because I've seen so many different translations of that name, so it kind of weirded me out a little bit. And plus, well, I'm done with it. And just starting off, oh, I couldn't take it. Just so many badasses, like, on the field. It was just too much. It was like, you got Charlotte Roselia, like, there, like, the Blue Rose, and, like, she was just so badass on that, with, like, a freaking Rose, like, forest magic like that. You got Nozzle, of course, my boy Nozzle, there, had the most badass moment as well. I believe he went against, like, Riha, like, I believe that was the one he went against, where he just pretty much just decided to go, oh, by the way, like that. It's like these flames are like nothing. These flames are nothing at all. Nozzle, who just like went against Fana, and I just gotta say, I love that. It's like, do you really think these flames are nothing? I've been competing against a man all my life, and these flames are nothing. I was like, that respect. That respect right there, Nozzle. Was like, you know, you see the guys, you know, you kind of are a bit of dick sometimes, but I gotta say, I appreciate that line. That was a really nice thing. It's like actually showing, they're a bit of an assholes, but I like the rivalry all the time. And the new guy, which we actually see, which were like the green, like praying mantis, which were this guy known as Jack the Ripper, known as like scything magic or like skewering magic, and I was like, okay, he has two giant scythe blades, which is, people don't remember, that was actually something that he had in Hungry Joker. There was a character there that kind of had the scythe blades. I was like, oh, that's really cool. I like scythe, I like coming out the elbows like that. I think that's a really cool power actually to have, and it's like, not the like biggest magic tool to have, but he was like, you know what? I want to go against the big guy. Let's fucking go. Like that. He wants to go in, and I love that shit. Even fucking Yami, which I found hilarious with, like, when his whole little banter with, like, Charlotte, and found out that she actually has a crush on Yami. I was like, oh my god. Oh my god, I can't believe that. It's like, of all people, it's like, why would you fall for the goofball that is Yami? I mean, he's pretty manly. He did some manly shit. He even went against Lee again, trying to go. He got his ass a bit beaten up and all that, but he's still going at it. I'm like, Yami, take a fucking breather, man. Like that. I know you ain't taking L's and all that, but it's like, come on, I do love that. And even the rivalry between him and Jack, I was like, it's no fun cutting you down without 100%. It's like, you know, all these goddamn guys, all these Magic Knight captains seem to like kind of bounce off each other, and I kind of really like that. It's like some really great chemistry. It's like, say like this, like we're seeing like a little bit of them like a bit at a time, and I really hope we get to see a little bit more of all of them. But so far, like each and every one of their personalities and like just their little conflicts and everything they had, they keeps bouncing off each other, and I really like that, and it keeps giving them, each of them, cool moments. And I was really worried that throughout the entirety, it was like, oh, I already thought Leopold, like, and Leo, like, all of them were going to be cool, but it was like, apart from them, it was like, yeah, that's gonna be it. I was like, okay, I really like that part of it. And not to mention as well, we're still talking about bad stuff, Asta, man. And that's like, he got told to sit down. He's like, no, we don't want this little brat with no magic doing it. Leave this to the Magic Knight captains, alright, kid? Let's leave. Like, Nozzle's just like, leave it to you, this little boy with no magic. And like, Lee's like, for fuck's sake, we need that grimoire. We need it now. Let's go. We need to get it. Like that. It's like, even though this little brat that has no magic, and it was like, that utterly came your downfall because Yami comes in slashing like that from the sky, he wanted another piece of that lead. He was like, I ain't done with you yet. Like that. 4 Magic Knight captains going at it, and it was like, you know what? Fucking Asta coming from the smoke, completely sideswiping that motherfucker. And I was like, oh my god, it's done. Asta, you suck. I remember reading the rules of this, like, and you know, it takes a little bit of the excitement out of the chapter, I know, but that's the thing. It's like, even so, I was getting hyped, like, even when the raw, I was like, holy shit, Asta, let's go, let's go, let's go. I was getting so fucking pumped throughout it. I was like, Asta coming in with the fucking no-scope of the swords, like, slashing through the sword, and it was like, oh yeah, he has no magical power, but that fucking helps him in the end, because guess what? People can't sense magic or that. It's like, oh, I have no magical power and all that, and he's like, you know, I guess he's allowed the one cheesy line. I guess he was like, oh, like my passion, like my magic is never giving up. I was like, oh god, Asta, that was so cheesy, but it was like, you know what? I'll let that slide because you just like fucked up Bleach's arm. Like, you see the arm just like twist, and I'm like, oh my god, that fucking art, you know, all the like ligaments and all that in there, it's just gone. Asta just fucking sideswiping me, and that was great. The addition of just Fana, like, being revealed again, like, from last chapter, definitely added up, like, as well. I love that stuff, and it's like, seeing, like, she's still got her magic. She's got, like, a salamander kind of, like, fire magic, and she can still do that, so I'm wondering, like, what exactly is going on with that. Like, I'm a little bit curious about that. Not to mention as well, there's so much setup, and just, like, even when Asta and Yami get told to sit down, I love that with the Black Balls like that. It's like, even with that going down, Yami don't give a fuck, and especially Asta don't give a fuck. What's that? You guys are going to take care of the third eye? You don't give a fuck. I'm just going to go straight after me. Like, you're not supposed to go after the injured opponent. Asta and Yami don't give a fuck about that. It's like, yo, the villain's here. Let's go at it. Like, let's take him down. And I love this fight. Like, you think like this fight would have ended like a couple of chapters ago when Yami came around. It was like building up suspense to Yami. But no, not only are you getting great development for all the captains and all that we wanted to see, you're also as well giving an Asta a very fucking cool moment, albeit a cheesy line, but like I said, we'll slide that shit. And also as well, just Yami, Captain Yami's a fucking badass. Like, he is an absolute fucking badass. Like, he's probably in my top 5 favorite characters in the series. And fucking, I'd put Asta in that top 5 as well, because Asta's a really cool fucking main character. I really like him. And I want, you know, I've got to have Leo on there, because Leo's a fucking pimp like that. I've got to have that on there. And I liked that it's like, starting from this arc, we had like, alright, you know, we had the little 2 brothers, and then it just so much escalated. I was like, this is what I want to see from Clover. Like, I gotta say, from the slow start of the little arc and all that, I really think this is my favourite arc going on right now. Like, I compare that to, like, the last arc that we had with, like, the zombies. This one's the fucking tits. It's the ass. That's the professional words of reviewer right now. It is the tits. It is really, really good, and I fucking love it, and I'm just... The best way, honestly, the best way to describe you guys on this chapter is just, just love. I love you, Jabba. I like your work. Just keep pumping out this goodness. I don't even care if this fight ends next week. I don't even care. But it's like, I just want this fight to continue because I just love all of the people getting involved in it. It's just becoming an absolute clusterfuck right now. It's just so good. Like, after everything that's happened, like, after... so many people, after Asta's gone against Sally and even a bit against Lee and one of the other motherfuckers as well from the Eyes of Midnight Sun, even with Yami getting involved, even with throwing his swords away and beat the dog shit out of him, with Magic Knight captains getting involved, this giant rock monster, like, he don't give a fuck. He's just gonna come in sideswiping motherfuckers, and that means the same thing with Yami. Like, Black Balls are the fucking best. They are absolute the best, and just childlike happiness from this chapter, as you can see by the big grin. And this is why not every series doesn't have to be the big deepest thing ever. like that. Not everything has to be like so like mind thought out. Sometimes you just need badasses doing badass things, not planning on being badasses. You just need them saying, shut up, I'm gonna go in there, I'm gonna kick some ass, take some names, end of story. Love this chapter. I absolutely love this chapter. I'd like it like a 9. It's the strongest 9 I can give. It is the like Black Lagoon's strongest 9. I know it in no 10 like masterpiece shit like that, but holy shit, 9 to it like a 9.2 like 2.5, like just so good, so good, so hyped. I cannot wait for the next chapter to come out. I cannot wait till I'm reading that raw again. I can't wait. So I need to see what's going to go down in that chapter. And it's just great to see like the Black Clover fan base is coming out, like it's growing and growing, and I love that, and I really cannot wait for that first volume to come out of here. Buy that and support. And I was so tempted after reading this chapter like that. I was so close to buying all the Japanese volumes, but I was like, I gotta wait back. Like I'm getting the first volume in English anyway, so it doesn't matter, we're getting it. But that's all from me. I want to say thank you very much for watching. As always, I've been Savagezweipanda, and if you love Black Clover, and if I got you into Black Clover, you know, hit that like and subscribe button on there, right there and there. And just as well, I'll see you guys next time. Another pleasant day. I love Black Clover. I can't help but smile. I love it.